So those of you who joined from Zoom, am I audible? Can you hear me? Just let me know in the chat if I'm audible. I'm audible, like, can we check with them? Okay, so they can hear me now. So great, let's resume. Just quick 1 minute recap of what we were doing. So we were looking at this gentleman's Instagram handle, right? So we were looking at this example. So I think this was one person who has create, like, he's a agent, realtor, sorry, and he's creating content around the different things he does. So uh, from listings to uh, property he's sold to what's up for sale, personal life, sneak peek into things, stuff like that. So he's put all those things on his Instagram. I think last we were looking at a couple of videos where the gentleman was showing some listings. So for example, I was telling you how he puts everything in a very good content format. So, like new listing, address, price, description, then he's making use of all the hashtags, like all the important hashtags. Hashtags are very important because, I in the previous workshop also, I had asked you what does a hashtag do, and if you remember, I told you if you click on a hashtag, you see all the content that has that hashtag under one feed, under one list. So, and people search for hashtags to find some topic of relevance. For example, if I am searching for a realtor or real estate agent in Toronto, I'll search for realtors in Toronto. I can search for that hashtag. So like that, he's have used the hashtag in quite a good way. So yeah, I think we were just winding up looking at his handle. He's put pictures of properties being sold, personal life, listings, etc. So a mix of both. So now let's come back to the different content formats. So to summarize, Instagram has different content formats. One is, just a second, one is images and videos. So all the stuff that you see here in the posts, in the feed, these are all images and videos. Phone, yes. Everything happens from the phone, sir. Everything happens from the mobile phone, from the Instagram app. You log into it. Yeah, you log into it and you upload it from there. No, sir, you can't. It's a mobile app. You can use it for looking at pictures and just liking stuff and all, but you can't upload stuff from the computer. It only happens from a mobile phone. No, that doesn't work. It only happens from a mobile phone. You can only do. So I'll just show you. Like, I can like just look at content. I can look at content because Instagram is a mobile app. It gives you the website gives you access to content. You can look at it, but for creating and putting content, you have to use the mobile app. You'll have to log into the app in phone. Yeah, the mobile phone. No, you can't use that for uploading. Yeah. So Facebook you can. Yes. Yes, you can. Correct. Facebook you can. Yeah, yeah. They do it because they want people to keep on taking pictures from their phone real time and uploading. The format of content is like that. Like, for example, this gentleman, uh, uh, he can just take out his phone, go in front of a listing, speak stuff and show the listing and just put. So they've made it like that, that you have to use the phone on. So the whole. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Yes, correct, correct, correct. Yes, yes, correct. Yes. I'll just. Yeah. I'll just show you. I'll just show you. We are coming to that. We're first trying to understand the different formats of content. Like, this is a reel. It's a video. It's a long format video called Reel. So I was just summarizing that. This is so images, videos, reels all go in the feed. Then there's something called as stories. So stories are basically those smaller format stuff that you see here on the top. Like you can just see what the person's been doing throughout the day, stuff like that. So there's
Or it can be a written story or video story.
yeah, it can anything can be a picture or a video here on Instagram. Anything can be a picture or a video. Then carousels. So carousels are basically those pictures on which you can scroll. So I think this is a carousel. You can I'll just give it a minute to open. So a carousel has multiple pictures or videos, and you can just slide through them. So it has a sliding kind of a thing like this. Yes, yes. So this is a carousel. So you can put multiple. You can put videos also in this. Yeah, you can put both. Yes. Then there's a feature called going live. So once you have a mobile app, you can just go on live and just broadcast real time, like what you're doing, what is happening, stuff like that. So
what's that mean? I know you go live, but what who's gonna be featured?
all your followers.
All the followers.
Yes, yes,
Unless you have 1,000 followers,
all of them.
what happens? They're not Instagram right off the bat.
The Instagram gives them a notification that Shubhendu is going live. Check out his
You
video.
go live, let's say you go live,
Mhm.
and I have Instagram.
Mhm.
So what happens?
So you have to follow me.
So does it ring a bell here or?
Just a notification.
A
Sir.
notification?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
But do you push the notification button if you want you to record or no?
No. It does it on its own. It goes and tells all your followers that you are live. So it will send them a notification.
Okay. So then you get 1,000 followers and they push notification. They press the button and they see you.
Yes. Sir. Yes.
Okay, whatever you want to talk
Yes.
about.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you have an e-commerce business, you can link your website to your photos and just put the price, and people can buy it on Instagram on. So there's a shop feature, and people can. So this is all those people who are into e-commerce and selling and stuff like that. Then reels are those long videos that I just showed you. IGTV and guides are now old school. We don't need to discuss that. Anyhow, Instagram is getting rid of these, so we can just let them be for now. So yeah. So the whole format of this mobile app is designed to make you feel that you are a pro at making content. So you open your app, you go to a plus sign on the top, it will ask you what do you want to make. A story. It's on the mobile phone, sir. It will be something like this. I'll show you. It will be something like this.
Oh, okay.
Something like this. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So you go on so you click on it. It will ask you, what do you want to create? Post, story, video. What do you want to make? So then you will say, okay, I want to make a post or a story. And then it will open that thing where you can just record, add some effects to it. So generally the younger lot does this, like especially the younger kids and all that. They try to have some good effects and fancy stickers and stuff on their videos for their own friends and all. And you can put it. These are the different content formats that go on Instagram. I thought this will also be important to tell you since it's a little new for all of you. When you do a post, when you do like a informative kind of a thing, it should be in square size. Okay, it should be in a square size. If you look at some of the content that I was also showing you earlier, like this. So generally people put it in a square size. I think this is like this. So we will put in a square size. That's a poster, correct? Yes. Then sometimes if you put a video, you can put it in the rectangle size, but generally I would say avoid it because it comes very small and it doesn't look nice. So although it goes, but we should avoid it. If you want to put a video, we can either put it in the square size only or this size. These are different formats which you can look at, or the long format, like tilted phone. So this is something that works very well because when people are scrolling or when people are looking at content, this gives them more to look at, like a longer, larger content size. So anyhow, you don't need to remember these because Instagram in itself gives you option to create content on this size. And some of the content that needs to be designed, there we go for square or rectangle. So we will make use of a tool called Canva. We'll do a bit of this also today. So I'll show you how that content creation part works. We'll come to that. So a very popular or a very important feature of Instagram is stories. So posts and all are fine. Like you put a picture or video like this and you educate people about, what you're doing or listing, whatever, is there to offer. So all this is fine. But stories actually is, like a sneak peek into what's happening throughout the day, and you can engage with people. Like, for example, I showed you one post on the top where they were asking, what is the one piece of advice you wish you had known as a first time home buyer? So this feature is a feature of story, by the way, where you can put this thing and people can answer their question. So Instagram stories has different features that lets you engage with your followers. So when it comes to real estate, there are so many questions and so many topics that can be talked about. You can even ask questions. You can put a countdown to something. You can even do a poll. So you can give people options, and we can give them and take a poll from people like will let's say will interest rates go up or will they come down? Put a poll. Everyone will have to share their thoughts and opinions on that. And the more that's just a screenshot, sir. That's just an image.
If you want to ask a question to someone, like you said, what is the biggest thing that you do or the first time buyer, you regret? How do you put that in there? By clicking there?
Yeah, so you go to Instagram, that plus sign here on the top, you choose stories. Once you go to stories, it will ask you to put a picture or a video. You have to record it or maybe upload from your phone. Then you can go to add. So there's a sign called add here. It's if you click on it, it will open this thing. Then you click on questions or poll, and it will like paste it here. It will come like this.
All right.
Yeah. So it happens on the mobile phone, so it's very tough to do it like this. But I'll still show you. I'll try my best to show you an example or something like that. Okay. So it's like that. So then to make stories more interesting, generally people add some life to it, some color, character, some magic. Like, for example, people sometimes they want people to swipe on the story and open a link. You can add your website link on a story. So swipe up, or maybe some stickers to make things look nice. I'll see if I can zoom into this. It takes two to mango. So someone is making a mango smoothie, right? And they've just put a sticker to make it look good, mango smoothie bowl. Just an example to show you how stories work, right? See, so someone's put a topic, casual day at work. So they've just put a text and like an emoji, like casual day at work. So these things just make the content look good. It makes the content look more interesting. This is how you choose a sticker. So let's say you go to Instagram, you go to stories, you go to add. You can just put on search what you want. Like you can type mango, you can type sticker, you can type happy, and these kinds of stickers will come. Click on it and it will come here, and you can just place it wherever you want to. So it's very, very simple, like nothing very complicated. So it just makes the content a little more enhanced. Now, generally, since we are using Instagram for personal branding, sales, lead gen, so overdoing this also will not look good. Generally, the kids and youngsters, they do it. That's fine. Little bit of these things can be used by us also, but not a lot, because then it will look a little kiddish, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to make it look like that. But anyway, these are some value driven things we can add. Now, one of the most recent features of Instagram is reels, and I showed you quite a few reels today, like those realtors opening the camera, speaking. There was this one lady who was talking about market, real estate. So reels is a feature where you can, add pictures, videos, collages, effects, countdowns, timers in a longer format. Add some description, add text, and people can see it, right? For example, I had a very nice long weekend this weekend. So I put a reel yesterday. I don't know if it'll open or not, but I had a great long weekend. Went for hiking with friends, had some fun, went to a gaming parlor, went to Vishnu Mandir, that's a temple in Richmond, saw some drone shows, saw some fireworks. So like I just put compilation of what all I did in the long weekend as a reel, just to put a collage. So reels can be anything. Reels can be funny, informative, video, any and every kind of thing which you want people to see. Like, for example, here this lady, I showed you the example. She talks about different things related to real estate. I think we've gone through that. So when real estate agents try to negotiate the open house, she just put a text block here, and then she just took the effort of creating some funny content. So she uses humor. So like that. Reels, these days Instagram is giving a lot of visibility to reels because it's a new feature. So if you put a post or if you put a reels, your reel will get more visibility. Instagram is pushing this content format to more and more people. So if there's a choice between putting a post or a reel, I would suggest you put a reel because it gets more visibility. I'll show you one very small example. So this is like my company's Instagram handle. So if I put a post, we get 50, 100, 20, 30 likes or something like that. But if I put a reel, look at the likes, 330, right? Or let me show it to you like this. Let's say if I put a reel, so 500, 600 likes, 5,000 views, 3,000 views, 1,100 views, 2,000 views, 4,000 views, right? So Instagram is promoting the feature of reels extensively. So if there's a choice, or if there's a method that you want to put into place, have more effort go into your reels, have more effort, or maybe do a couple of reels in a week so that this content goes out more, because this format Instagram is pushing on its own on the platform, like to make it more relevant for people. And now it's become a human tendency and behavior that people will just open Instagram, go to reels, and keep on just checking out reels. It's become a thing. So hence it's always good to have more reels in the mix. So these are some content examples. I think we've done that. So we can just move through this. So one lady who uses humor, the British Columbia real estate agent, then this lady who uses good pictures. So we've gone through the case studies. So now some personal branding best practices. So if we look at Instagram, the whole effort that we need to put for as people who are building our personal brand is into good content, making things systematic, and also understanding how this app can help us in connecting with more people who might be interested in networking with us today, but tomorrow they can be a client for us. So we have to think in the longer term and then look at personal branding best practices. So to start with, the holy trifecta or the essential trifecta, which makes Instagram important and effective, is one, keeping it real. The day we start putting templatized content like the ones I showed you and I asked you a question that why this doesn't look good, it will not work. So you have to keep it real, right? Your followers are more likely to engage with the post that feels personal, and it is created by you and not someone else with like those colors and big text and phone number. It won't look good. It should be authentic, and the post or reel should be conversational. Ask them questions, ask for their opinion, ask them how it feels, or maybe stir some thought. It's like that. Sorry. Post frequently and get creative. Now if I just go to the MLS, take out listings, start posting it, it will be boring. Like anyone can go to an app like realtor.c or whatever apps are there, and see listings. People don't want to see listings. There are already websites that are showing listings. People want to get service, they want to get value. So for that you have to be creative. So you have to think of different ways. One guy is using his Instagram to show properties, talk about things, take you through those. One lady is trying to be funny and creating humor. One lady is just showing good pictures. So it's completely up to you. You make a goal and then understand what all you would do around it. And the third most important is understand your followers. Maybe you only cater to a specific community, like that guy. He was catering to Indian, Pakistani kind of customers and prospects. So his content was a little more inclined in that direction. And he's also using hashtags like Punjabi Realtor and Indian Realtor and whatever. Maybe you are looking at a particular area like North York, Scarborough, downtown, I don't know. So understand who your followers are and then create content on that aspect, right? Create content around those things which connect with them. So I think if we look at these three things and we keep them in our mind, I think we can start off with Instagram on the right foot. Some important tactics, like now many people ask me, but how do we like put this into a process? Like, what should we post? When should we post it? What kind of things should we talk about? It becomes very confusing, right? So, just how you make pizza, there's a process for it. There's a base, you put sauce on it, you put vegetables or whatever on it, cheese, and you bake it. Similarly, you can make a process or like a tactic for an Instagram, and it can be in a storytelling format. That's just one example. For example, if I want to create something, I can break it down like this. Let's say I am going to sell a house, or I'm going for an open house, or I'm going for a listing. So what will I post 3 days before? What will I post 2 days before? What will I post during that day? What will I do a couple of minutes after that? What will I do a couple of days after that? Is just one example. We need not be very aggressive like this, or we might be more aggressive than this. It's completely subjective and up to our efforts and time and whatever we have. So let me show you one example. Let's say someone is making ice cream or going for an ice cream. So 3 days before, they say, I'm feeling like having an ice cream. 2 days before, they're asking people, what kind of ice cream should I have? It sounds funny, I know, but this is just an example. Then on the day they upload it, they've made ice cream and they prepared it. Then after that, they put a picture of how it came out, and then they talk about with a video or a reel that how it tastes like. So for like that, we can have different formats for different things. It can be sometimes a little more stretched, sometimes it can be closer, but our Instagram should be in a storytelling format. It should be in a format where people come back to it or follow us regularly to know more what we are up to. So it should always be like that. So another very important thing that makes our content very visible is hashtags. Because if we use the right relevant hashtags on our content will get visible. Our goal is not to tell our friends who know us that we are real estate agents or realtors. That's not the goal. I mean, they know it, and generally they try to, like quickly walk past us when they know we're talking shop. That's how people are, human tendency. Our goal is to expand our reach, expand our network, so that more and more people know about us, that what we do, what knowledge we carry. So for that, we have to make use of the best hashtags, or the, like most relevant hashtags in our content. For example, real estate Toronto, real estate Toronto real estate, like all the combinations and permutation of things, Toronto realtors, Toronto. So there are so many posts on these topics, Toronto realtors, Toronto realtors be like, not that much, real estate Toronto. So there are so many conversations already happening. Prospects are looking at these hashtags, finding real estate agents. When someone wants to sell their house, how much of R&D they do, how much of research they do into finding the right real estate agent, from asking 100 people to testimonials to reviews to checking their background to when someone wants to buy a house or just get advice. I'm sure all of you know, first people want to do some window shopping. They want advice, they want consultation. At times they'll eat your brains, for hours. How do they find you? So all those things happen when you have the right hashtags on your Instagram. So make sure that you follow at least 10-20 realtors who are doing this. You experiment with hashtags. So what we generally do, we make a mix of like so you can do max 30 hashtags on Instagram. So you make a combination like A, B, C option, test it out with different content and see which ones are working. And I'm sure these things will work really well. One small example. So some of the content that we put on our Instagram, I use lots of different hashtags just to experiment. And I just put one hashtag, social media agency North York, just for, like experimenting, did a couple of posts. I got a call from this gentleman from New Zealand who was here in Toronto, setting up his business here. He said, I was looking for hashtags. I found you. I want to meet you. We met, we talked business, and now he's a client of mine. He's into mattresses and different things. So I'm setting up his e-commerce and running ads for him. But it's very peculiar for me also that guy found me through a hashtag. Like he could have searched for me on Google or asked people or whatever, but he just searched for a hashtag, found my company's handle, sent in an inquiry, came for a meeting. So I asked him that, why were you looking for a marketing person like this? He said, if a social media person himself is not visible on social media, then how will you make my business visible? So that was a very good answer he gave. So, but having said that, I think when we're in the business of sales, we have to do a bit of marketing too. They go hand in hand. So it's important to be visible, and to be visible on Instagram, you need to have the right hashtags. To find the right hashtags, you need to do research, you need to follow 10 people, you need to experiment. And for that, you need to create content, see what kind of engagement each content gets you, like that. So it's a cyclical thing. So it's very important, right? Because many people
need to make website.
Of course, because website is the backbone of your business, So people, if they want to know more about you, drop in an inquiry, they might just do a consult, like they might drop you a message on Instagram, but to just see what all you've done, who's your team, all that, they will need a website to go and see how legitimate you are. All these things together, they make things more legitimate. Your website, your Google reviews. In our line of work, digital marketing, real estate, people look at Google reviews also. That's also very important. Like how many reviews they have on Google, how many good comments are there, how have they answered to those reviews, are there any negative reviews? So is there a website? Because if there's no website, then they'll think, so they'll think, okay, if there is no website, then are they even real? Is it just someone randomly on Instagram? So you have to have a good mix of all of these things. Like
Just a website also, because
okay.
we don't have.
So website is a little complicated because it involves coding and all. I mean, I can help you with that, but okay, we'll see. Like if time allows, I'll cover that. So because I also learned a lot when I came from India to Canada. So our Indian website has a lot of knowledge and creative stuff, but I've not put reviews and all anywhere. There's nothing. But when I came here and did an analysis, so our Canadian website, I did put reviews because it really works. Like people here look at Google reviews and stuff like that. So even when I was looking for real estate agents in my earlier days when I was a new immigrant, I went to Google and I found a real estate agent. So anyway, it's good to have a mix of all of these things, because Google reviews, website, Instagram presence, Facebook presence, a phone number where you're available, WhatsApp. I don't think so WhatsApp is used here a lot, text is used, but like that, if you have the whole thing, you will come out as more legitimate. People will see, okay, they have a complete 360 presence, they are very active, they do things like that. So it's good to have these things in place. So yeah, so that's that.
Can we find you, if I want to go to your site, I can do that?
Yeah, of course.
Can go to, how do I do that?
Like website. So there are two ways of doing it, sir.
This site, what people talk about you and,
Sure. So
I have to have your name, just your name.
So one is my Instagram. So when you see my content on Instagram, you will come to my profile and you will find my website here.
Wow.
Two is all the content that I'm putting on my company's Instagram. This is my company's Instagram.
Yeah.
So my website is also mentioned here.
Okay.
So you can go here. Three.
If I go to your website, I can go to your Instagram.
Yes, yes, of course. It's always linked. So all the icons are mentioned here.
And if I go to your the other way around, is that true?
Yeah, both. So you have to mention everything everywhere, like a complete 360 thing.
But I have to put down your name, of course.
Yes, you can also click, like you have options of clicking things. Click here and it will open, click there. So no one types, you can just click and go wherever. So it's like that. So yeah. Sure. So okay, so now some of you will ask me, okay, you've told us like how to think about it and what kind of content we can do, but exactly what buckets of content we can create, because as real estate agents, realtors, we are busy. Like if we do this the entire day, then when will we do our work? So that's a very legit question, because it can be intimidating and exhaustive. You guys will not take out 5 hours a day and sit and make content, and when will you do your work? So it's good to have a little planning in place, like a weekly or a monthly plan in place, because that makes you prepared for what is to come. So when we do it for our clients or when we do it for ourselves, we make a monthly content calendar or a weekly content calendar where we exactly know what are the topics we want to talk about. Like, it can't be like, okay, today on Tuesday, I will think after my visit to Remax office, what I will post. It can't be that random, because life is not like that. So we make a plan that, okay, these are the 5-6 topics I want to talk about. So I thought I'll just give you guys a few so that you can also think over these things. So for real estate and real estate agents and brokers, I think 5 important content buckets you can make a note of it is educational content, entertaining content, motivational, building trust. Because for real estate agents, I think building trust is a huge thing. When we're in the business of selling stuff, buying stuff, and we make connections, we make connections. So building that trust and promoting the community. Now, community can be anything. It can be my own community, like North York, Scarborough. It can be my community of real estate or realtors. It can be my community of people who are interested in real estate. It's a very generic thing, but we need to know what we are promoting. Like I showed you, the only reason I got this guy was because he is very direct and clear that he's a Indian realtor in British Columbia, and he's catering to, or he also wants to look at Indian clients and this and that. So maybe he's cracked that for himself. So so promoting the community. So these 5 things you can make buckets on, and some examples just to share with you guys so that you can at least start thinking for Instagram, because next week I would want to see some content on your Instagram handles and follow you guys also. So talking about the first pillar is educational. So you can do things like buyer tip of the day. Now, all of you are very knowledgeable, right? You have some advice for us youngsters at least, right? I am just 34, so I can learn a lot from all of you, right? So what is that tip you can give me? What is that seller? Like, let's say if I want to sell my condo. So what should I know about it? Like, what are those frequently asked questions? Or there are some myths around buying or selling a house. So can I debunk that? So educational pillar can have some examples like this, right? Then entertainment, like before and after, like sometimes builder or the owner does some construction. So before, after, we can show that, see, why is an internet connection is unstable. Most expensive property. So I showed you one example when we were doing Facebook. What $500,000 gets you in Toronto? What $1 million gets you in Toronto? So you can make those hooks and also entertain people with that content. Then polls, because everyone has an opinion. In this world, everyone wants to share their opinion. So will the interest rates go up or will they go down? Is there going to be a recession? Should you buy a house right now? Is it a good time? Or after recession? So like that, such content keeps people hooked, and they know, okay, these guys know their stuff and they create content. We should be connected with them. Then motivate people. So things like quotes, challenges, how to get the best value out of stuff. Motivational stuff also works a lot on Instagram. Then advocacy, building trust, building saliency, like market update, client testimonials. If you have a website, so link to your listings on website, blogs on website. Those things are very important. Then promoting community, the last one. So for example, let's say, for example, if I was a real estate agent, I'm of course Indian, can't leave that back, right? So things about Indian community, something as simple as Diwali is coming, talking about that, talking about Indian community, where they stay, whatever, like whatever makes
the best place would be.
Definitely.
Where's the church? I mean, not the church, but the temple.
Yeah, of course, yes. So yes. So these days, lots of Indians who come to Canada, Toronto, don't want to stay in Brampton and Mississauga. It's become a norm. So one of my friends who's just come this year says, I don't want to stay there because then it'll be like I'm in India only. So I'm like, then what? But you'll find a better deal there. You'll find a cheaper house there, whatever. So people have these conversations, either they're pro or they're anti, not getting into all of that, doesn't matter. But people think about community, either they want to stay close to one or stay away from one. People want temples, sir, like you just said, or people want schools with some Indian kids also. You guys know, clients have 100 kinds of demands. Yeah. So talking about community, good deeds, that's more of CSR and social awareness and consciousness stuff. Upcoming events, because as agents we have so many listings, open houses, networking events, associations. So if we look at it, there's a lot to talk about, and these are just things that came to my mind, and I'm not even a real estate agent, right? So you can think of multiple things like this, and you can create content buckets and pillars around it.
And you can have a mix that, Monday I'll do this, Tuesday this, Wednesday this, Thursday this, Saturday a story on that. Maybe once in a month I'll do a live around maybe motivation, whatever. It's a mix of things that you need to experiment with and understand. So that will add more value to your content. Now, the last bit before we come to content creation is understanding how the content is working. Now, if you're putting content on Instagram rigorously and like you are putting posts and videos and stories, you're experimenting with stuff, you're putting listings, making videos, doing live, how will you know it's working well or not? I mean, you can't shoot arrows in the dark. That's not useful. So of course you can see the likes and comments, but there are certain metrics that also help you evaluate this. For example, one metric which is very important on Instagram. So whenever you go to your post, you can see those metrics on each post by clicking on it. It gives you that option, is impressions. That how many times your content is seen. The goal is to increase your impressions on a month-on-month basis. So like when we do it for our clients also, we give them reports, we show them your total impressions were this much in September. Now in October, we've got you this. So you're getting more visibility. So that is one thing. So impressions means the number of times the post was seen on Instagram by people. The number of times, right? So that's impressions. Second, of course, the biggest vanity metric of them all on Instagram, followers. If your followers is not increasing, you're not doing something right. So keep on making good content to see that there's a growth in followers. Sometimes people unfollow you also when they feel that the content is boring or annoying, and then you have to improve it and then stuff like that. But it should be a gradual growth. It should be a upwards growth. Your followers should increase time and again. Right? So these metrics. Then a few more things that Instagram gives you access to. Like for example, which cities, there are some Indian examples because these screenshots were there with me from before. Age group, right? What age group people follow you. Now, if majority of my content, like followers are 18 to 24, then I need to do something because I need a little more mature audience. 30. If majority of my audience is 25 to 34, I'm doing something right because this is that sweet age group which can be a prospective client for me today or tomorrow. So I need to cater to this. So I need to keep on checking this. Then cities and then different things I can evaluate. So yeah. So that's that. So we'll do a quick recap and then we'll come to Canva because I think we're also pressed for time. So in a nutshell, Instagram is a photo sharing app, video sharing app where there are different content pieces for marketing our real estate practice as an agent, as a broker, as a brokerage, as a firm. It is important to have an active presence with good visuals. So the first step is to have a proper hygienic profile. So I showed you guys what a name is, handle is, bio is, having the right keywords in the bio so that people can find you, they can search for you, they can look for you on Instagram. Then we talked about content formats and best practices and posting strategy. So photos, videos, reels, stories, using stickers to make it interesting, questions, polls, making use of that, going live, having a strategy, content calendar in place. I told you 5 buckets: educational, motivational, community. So looking at those things. Then personal branding best practices, not having templatized pictures, not having templatized text. It looks very bad. So but it should look, it's like personalized videos, photos, you saying something, you speaking something, relevant content. If you're doing a listing, don't just mention the price or phone number, amenities, features, things that connect with people, stuff like that. And then we talked about measurement, which was basically impressions, followers. So we need to keep a check on these things to see that our eventual growth is happening, like our followers are increasing and stuff like that. So having said that, I also wanted to cover one tool for making content, which was Canva. So there are a lot of websites online that make you create content and all, but I would suggest go for Canva because Canva is one of the most, I would say, used and most popular ones, and they give you a lot of features and facilities. Even the free account is quite useful. Even the free one gives you access to a lot of things, and I will show it to you right now. Then there is Photopea, there is Adobe Spark. These are good, a little more technical than Canva, but they're also good, can be used. For videos, I would say go for Adobe Spark because it helps you edit videos, add effects, animation, like that. Even now Canva lets you do it. Now Canva's also got that feature in it. So these are some of the tools you can use. So let's come to Canva, because it's important for me to also show you an example of how you can make content, right? So I'll just zoom out a bit. Let me see if it fits the screen. Yeah, this should be enough. So once I go to canva.com, C-A-N-V-A, canva.com, I will sign up with my email ID. And once I've done the registration, it will open something like this. It will open, what do you call it, a dashboard or a home screen, whatever we call it. Now it asks me, Shubhendu, what do you want to make? What do you want to create? Do you want to make a whiteboard, presentation, social media post, video, product photo, website? What do you want to make? So it's asking me those things. So I'll say I want to make a social media post. So now it will give me some options. I think the net is a bit slow, so we just wait for it. Yeah. So yes. So now I can choose different formats. See, Instagram post, Instagram story, Instagram reel. I can make some fancy creatives and artwork here. So let's go for a post, right? So I'll go for an Instagram post. Nice. So let's say now it has opened a square size post. I want to make something for real estate. There are already a lot of templates here. So if you look at the left side, it has different options, elements. I can upload my own pictures also, obviously, like the ones that I take. I can add text, I can add photos, and there are more things I can find. So let's try to make something simple for our Instagram. Let's say I want to showcase a listing or something like that. Okay, something very simple for now. So what I can do is I can look at a template. Let's say if there's any real estate template here. See, it's already showing me a lot of stuff related to real estate, right? See, I see some stuff here. So obviously these are some paid ones, but you also get some free ones. So I can have a look at that. And there's a mix of a lot of stuff here. See some reviews, different formats. So I'll pick one for now, but I'm not a very big fan of text heavy stuff. So I'll just reduce the text a bit because Instagram needs to be a little neat and clean. Okay, so now I've put a template here. It's very simple. I just click on it and I can edit. For example, if I want to edit this, right, I'll just click on it and I can say new listing. See, I'm not like I'm doing this very quickly because these things are creative and they require time. But just to give you guys an example, so new listing. Now I can have a picture of my listing here. I can increase the size or reduce the size, right? So let's say I put it like this. I can have, let's say, this image only. I can put something like, location, let's say North York, Toronto. I can have more details here also, right? If I want, I can put more things. I can have my company's logo here. And I feel this is just wastage of space. So I can increase the picture a bit, right? So like this, just a second, sorry, right? And I can add more. I'll just remove this for now. I can add more icons and elements here. For example, if I want to put some element like pin, right? The drop pin or location pin, I can use this, right? Right now I'm just doing random stuff just to make you guys comfortable with this, but we can be more creative and make it look good and stuff like that. Then I can add the details, price, whatever. I can make it look exciting. I can go for different templates. So like that. Similarly, I can make a story. So then it will open the format for a story. These things can happen on Instagram app as well, but you can make things more creatively on Canva. And that's the goal, to make things a little more exciting, right? So maybe I can take a template like this. Right now I can have 4 pictures here of maybe a house. I can put 4 pictures here and I can have the details mentioned here, like at, let's say, if for example, if I'm at Shubhendu, contact me for details. So I can have like those things mentioned here. I can upload pictures here. I can just click on it. I can even drag pictures. So I'll show you. See, let's say home, right? It's already showing me a lot of templates, which is very cool. I can even use existing templates. I'll go to images.
photos, home, right? So for example, I'll just take this one, right? See, you just drag it and it comes. So simple it is, right? So I can take up pictures from my phone and just put them like this, right? And I can have some text mentioned here. I can then just go to,
What is that at page?
so you can just make another story.
Oh.
That's that, nothing else, right? Now, if I want to, if I'm done with this, I can just, share it, download it, export it. I can do anything with it. So there's like a lot to be done with this, but it's a good app which you can use for your Instagram content. Like, yeah, lots of people use it.
What happens then you click go to share?
Yeah.
Or how do you put this in Instagram?
So you download it, like here's the option for downloading.
Download?
Yeah, you download it, it will save on your computer, and then you can just send it to you on your phone and upload it from your phone, from Instagram. That's it. So it's,
You download it into computer? You cannot go directly to the.
you can use this app on your phone also and just save it on your phone. So you don't need a computer. You can put Canva on your phone,
Mhm.
and you can make it on your phone, save it on your phone and upload it from your phone. And if you're only using your phone, then you can also, just put it on Instagram directly. Like,
So it not automatically goes to Instagram.
yeah, I can just go and I can just do it from my phone on Instagram or TikTok or wherever.
So save on Instagram, right?
Yeah, it'll directly go to Instagram. It'll open Instagram and post it there. So it'll happen from the phone. Not I'm doing it on the computer. That's why it will not happen, but it'll happen from the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't even need to save it
So when
anywhere.
you finish with this, for this picture and information, then you go, you wanna.
This
how
thing,
do you
share
and then what?
share on social,
On social?
and you can just choose Instagram or Facebook or TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
fine,
yes,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah, sure. So yeah, so that's what Canva is for. So probably next time when we meet, we'll do TikTok and ads. So I'll see some posts made by you all. I would want to see that. Like if you could make something and show it to me, and I'll share my feedback. So yeah, I mean, that's all about Canva. So now is the time for an activity. I think that's the last activity for today, and then we can call it a day. So since I think we have few people on the Zoom and few people here, so let's break it down. So we'll just do 2 activities. I think 3 will be too much. So what we can do is, all of you who are here, you guys can create a motivational Instagram post on Canva. So maybe one of you can open Canva on your computer and make something motivational, and I can help you. If you all are stuck somewhere, I can just come and help you so that you get a hang of doing it, and then you can post it on an Instagram if you want to, right? So you guys who are here can do that, and those who are on Zoom, you guys can maybe do an Instagram story on the social media workshop, and maybe tag these 2 handles and post it, and I can just check it from there. So I think these are 2 things we can do. This will just make everyone more friendly with Instagram. That's the goal, nothing else. So you guys will become more familiar and more friendly with Instagram. So I think you guys can be group A, and those who are on Zoom can be group B, and you guys can do this activity. This will also make you familiar with Canva and Instagram, and I can just solve your problem. So I think you guys can discuss and make one. That will be great. Like people who are on Zoom, like, is it clear? What you need to do? You need to put a story of the social media workshop and tag these 2 handles. Christine, Shireen, and others. Is it clear? Like you guys are doing the activity for group B. Okay, I guess so. Good. So we'll take 2 minutes and have a look at it. See any questions? You want me to come? Sure. I'll come.
Why,
I'll just do that. So now you have to log in to sign up.
How can we download? You know how to download?
No, you can just register.
Yeah, we have to follow the
What's your number? Go to the email.
Somebody has to.
Sign up with the email.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you just put in the details name.
Would it for
Just
you?
add
You
your
know it
details.
already? I didn't open, but I.
No, that's some other app. So that's not
It's
Instagram.
good, very important. You can go to the phone.
Oh,
You can go to
Instagram will look like this.
things, this is how to do that.
So that's the download. So you have
Yes.
oh, I do it. So what I do here?
Now you have to log in or sign up. Either or. Just see
Sign up.
what's convenient.
Here, how can
You have to make an account.
Okay, hold on a second.
Google?
Yeah,
Yeah. Google.
I have this here.
Yeah, you got yours. You have to fill in all the details to make your profile on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a code. You might have to put it- just copy it. Click on copy. Just click on this button. Copy. Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah. Now go to Instagram. Yeah. Can you just sign up with your phone or email? Like you can either sign up with your email. Just put your email. That's okay, you can. No problem. Now your username, handle name. There has to be something unique in your handle. Whatever, so whatever you want to keep, like your name and date instead of something like that. No, that will not come because it has to be unique. So you can have maybe that with some numbers, maybe your birth year or something like that. See, it's not available. You have to make something. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's available.
Oh, what did I get here? Confirmation. Enter confirmation code.
Yeah, now you do check your email. It will come on your email. Did you use your email for signing up?
Yeah, yeah.
So it will come on your email.
Maybe I'll look at it. Last.
Yes. Nice. Almost there. Nice. Let's skip it. Let's skip. Follow the data. I do find. So photo and all you can also do. I will do. Sure, sure.
Is there realistic? Yes, someone.
Just something.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so see, guy, what was his name? Just yeah, what was his name? Was some Mandeep or something, right?
Yeah, you can. I don't like that.
Mandeep Dura.
I can choose the first.
Yes.
Some new subject for me.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I will, of course. Yeah, I will do that. So see, now you will see all the content from Mandeep Dura on your feed. Similarly, you can search for more realtors and follow them. So just go on their profile and click on follow. So you start seeing their content. Thank you. Yes.
Why it's come some-
Because you follow very few people, just go to the profile. I'll tell you how. I'll tell you. May
I
I?
just opened that.
This. you have, you only follow 27. Okay, so when you check all the content by these 27 people, this is your quarter. So you've seen all the content there. So when they create new content, then more will come, then this thing will not. So then you will not see it.
So like, actually I did import two. So I have to remove that, like, or because just this one I just recently I.
No, just use this.
Okay.
Don't worry, you just use this, it's fine. Shouldn't be a problem.
So just pass and I can add,
Yes, you can.
and should I not make anything like this in file?
Here. Yeah. So edit profile. So edit profile here. You have to put file. Link.
That's a good thing to have, eh?
So you can put all this.
I didn't get my thing.
Sorry, sir. Yes.
I did not get my thing. I just see my code, eh?
Sure. Okay.
I don't understand. Hold on, maybe I got it here.
Yeah, just. So I'll just check. So has anyone made anything?
So people on Zoom, have you made something?
Okay, thank you. I can leave.
Yeah, thank you. We're just winding up now.
Thank you, guys.
Sure.
I'm in the store.
Cool. So I think you guys can just put that post, tag me, and I'll have a look at it. And next week, when we do the TikTok and ads, then let's look at all the content which everyone has made. So I'll give feedback and you guys can accordingly ask me questions and I can solve it for you. Cool. So I think that's pretty much it then. Cool. So I think we're done for today. So just the activity part. And I've given them work so they can show it to me next week and I'll share feedback. So that's that. Okay, thanks.
So you guys okay, or you guys need any help?
Yeah, please let me know.
Website? We don't have any website.